Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's wait until we start seeing some people flow into the chat. Hello, good afternoon, or good morning if you're on the West Coast. Hi, guys. How's it going? How are all of you? Hello, hello. So today I'm really excited because I'm going to be talking to Ted Gibson and Jason Backe of Starring by Ted Gibson, that salon in LA, and he is one of the most famous celebrity stylists in the country, in the world. And I'm really excited to get to talk to them today about their new Paramount Plus TV show, which is called Blowing LA. I believe it's only been released in the UK so far, but it should be coming overseas soon. So hopefully you've all seen the trailer. If not, you can find that on Ted's profile, Ted Gibson. And I'm just going to invite them in here real quick. We'll invite both Ted and Jason. Yes, he is so kind. Here we go.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
Jason. Hi, good. How are you both?
Amazing.
Awesome. I see Ted is so excited. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to be able to talk to you guys today. I want to hear everything about Blowing LA. We've got some questions to go through, and I haven't met either of you in person. I'm Nicole. I am one of the editors for Modern Salon, but I feel like I know all about you guys because you're everywhere, right? With
We're
Starring.
trying.
And I did watch that first. Yes, yes. I did watch that first episode of Blowing LA, and it was amazing. Like a lot of tearful moments, a lot of not so much drama yet in the first
Just
episode,
Yeah,
right?
wait.
I
it
know, I
Just
know.
wait,
it gets there,
girl.
girl.
I
Like
know, I know.
it's kind of an adventure for sure.
I know. Yes, absolutely. All right, so we'll kick it off with this question. So Ted has always said that he kind of wanted a TV show ever since he was younger. And then how did you guys start making that a reality in the form of Blowing LA?
Jason, you want to
Sure.
answer?
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
it's interesting because reality has sort of been following us around for like the last 10 years, and we've had different projects start and kind of get sent out. And this was the first time that Ted got an email from the production company Fullwell 73, which also just produced the Grammys. If you watch that, that's our family. Um, and in the
That's
subject
amazing.
line, it said Paramount Plus UK. And they said, we're looking to see if Ted Gibson is interested in High Minerva Beauty, sponsor of WorthUpAlliance, um, to
Yes.
see if Ted was interested in a docu-series about the most famous hairdresser in the world. And of course, that is the GOAT,
Yes.
Ted Gibson. And that was
Yeah.
was that about a year ago, honey?
Yes.
And so we were going back and forth in conversations. Leo Pearlman, who's the founder of Fullwell 73, came to the salon, met with Ted and I. He was only going to stay for a half an hour with his wife, and they ended up staying for 2 hours. And we just really connected and had a
Oh,
great
wow.
conversation. And he said, "You
Yeah.
guys are the show." And so that's kind of how it started. Um, and then they decided that they wanted to open up to a greater audience and include another salon team. And so Ted pitched 4 or 5 different salons that we have worked with before, that we're friends with, and that's how they got connected with Kim Vo, and then Kim and his team became a part of it too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that backstory. So what were some of the inspirations of the producers for that reality style of the show?
Well, I can tell you, Nicole, that if you don't know that Jason and I are a couple. We're an interracial
Yes.
gay couple, and
Yes.
there has never been an interracial gay couple on television before, so this is the first.
Yeah.
And I believe that what it is groundbreaking, number one. And in the arena of beauty, there isn't necessarily anyone like us, because what we've really tried to focus on is being leaders in the business, help to educate people. We have a nonprofit called WorthUpAlliance. We have done some really incredible things with that beauty school license. And I always say that, you know, I charge $2,400 for a haircut, you know, so for me, you know, I won't speak for Jason, but for me, it was really an opportunity to really talk about all of those things that I just mentioned. And I just think it's timely in the world that we live in. We want to see, you know, big people, we want to see little people, we want to see Black people, we want to see white people, we want to see Asian people, we want to see just everything we can think of, because I believe that everyone has a story, and our story is kind of interesting, I think.
Yes, it definitely is. Yeah, of course. And having more inclusive shows like this is so important, because it's going to pave the way for the future and everyone else who may have a TV show down the road.
Yeah.
And then you kind of mentioned your relationship. So how has producing the show affected your relationship with each other, both as business partners and husbands?
Well, you know, there were some really intense moments, you know, and like everything that happens in the show is our real life, except there's like always 50 people around with microphones and cameras and sound crews and production, and so everything's just a little bit more elevated. And so because of that, everything is a little bit more emotional. And through, you know, you'll see in episodes 4 and 5, some pretty serious drama happens between us and the other Salon team. And it was intense. And after we kind of got to the other side of that, Ted and I were at home, and he said, you know, I feel like I'm closer to you now than I've ever been. So it was really like, it made me feel really good when he said that, because I can see how this kind of experience could make or break a couple. You know, it's like we really, you know, it's interesting to, like, when things happen in real life, we just move on. But in this situation, for weeks and weeks and weeks, we're going back into that chair in the interview room and rehashing the stuff that's like, how did you feel when that happened? What did you think when Adil did that? What did you think when Kim said that? What did you think when Ted did this? You know, and so like a lot of things in real life, we would just let them go. We wouldn't keep talking about them for weeks and weeks and micro-examining them. So it brings a whole different level of, like, it's almost like therapy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you know, Nicole, I'm really grateful for the opportunity, as I said, because I believe that, you know, Jason and I have been together for 28 years. We have owned 4 salons. We owned one in New York City. We owned one in Washington, D.C., Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the W Hotel. And then now our new brand, which is called Starring by Ted Gibson, in Los Angeles on La Brea. And we had a product line that was sold at Sephora and Saks Fifth Avenue, every place you can imagine, and then Target. You know, so we've been at this game for a really long time, and what I hope that this show will do is give the idea of credibility to us as hairdressers, to let people know how important we are in their lives, because some people still don't really know. And we as hairdressers don't necessarily always know our value. And you'll see on the show that another hairdresser actually was commenting on the haircut price that I have at $2,400. And she was like, I can't believe, and this is from the other salon team, by the way. I can't believe that he charges $2,400 for a haircut. You know, who does that? I'm like, what do you mean who does that? Who does that is Ted Gibson, number one. And everyone should be charging $2,400 for a haircut if they could. If they're in their market, my market can bear the fact that I can charge $2,400. So that's what I mean about elevating our industry in a way that is really, really important. And it's dire now. You know, you can't go to the grocery store and get a dozen eggs like you used to. You know, all of that trickles down.
I know,
all of it
I
trickles
know.
down to us as our small businesses. And our small businesses, if we haven't raised our prices, if we hadn't had a price increase, I think that we're doing ourselves really a lot of harm.
Right. And you mentioned that $2,400 haircut. Do you think people understand that a little more now? If they've seen the show, do you think they figure out why that price is justified? Because watching the first episode, I see all of the extras that you kind of have during your hairdoing process. Like I saw a little massage given, and you know, the mood lighting and all of that. There's a lot that you do there.
There's a lot.
Do you think people see that price is justified?
Yeah, and I think if you really think about it, yes. I'm not necessarily the best hair cutter in the world. I'm not going to say that, but I am the best hairdresser in the world.
Yeah.
But what I do say is that what you have with these hands is 6 degrees of separation from Angelina Jolie, Annie Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Deborah Messing, Sandra Oh,
Jason Backe,
Klein, and I can go Jason Backe, and I can go on and on and on and on. So that wealth of experience that I'm bringing to someone that sits in my chair in my salon starring by Ted Gibson is profound. It's just not someone that I just got out of beauty school and decided that I want to charge $2,400 over a haircut.
Right.
It is the wealth of experience that I've had over these last 30 some odd years of doing hair, and all the experiences of working on covers of magazines and photo shoots, red carpet events from the Oscars, the Golden Globes, SAGs, Critics' Choice, to every single major fashion designer in the world, from Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana. I mean, all of those fashion designers in every single major city, I've had the opportunity to be in and do hair for. So with all that experience comes price.
Right.
And it's the same thing for anyone. I'm not any different than anyone else. Those of you who are listening, I'm not any different than you. I'm not. It's just my market can bear the fact that I can charge $2,400 for a haircut. And I encourage you to really think about your pricing. I encourage you to think about what you're doing in your salon every single day and the value that each and every single one of you have, because we have value. And, you know, I always take a part of what Michelle Obama says, you know, that all of us have a story, and our stories are important. Our stories are important. So when you're sitting with that client in the chair and they're there for an hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours, and you're giving of yourself to them, child, that's worth some money.
Yes, absolutely. I wish I could give like a standing ovation right now. That was really inspiring. Yeah, I love that. So we talked about how the show has affected your relationship with each other. How about your relationship with Kim Vo and his team? You touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll let Jason answer.
Okay.
I will say at the end of shooting the show, things were pretty intense, you know, like we had some rough moments together, but as a little bit of time has passed, you know, we're all like following each other on Instagram and sending each other supportive messages and making sure to like each other's posts and comment and really be supportive of each other. Like when we found out that we were going to do this today, we invited them all to come. We wanted them to be a part of it. I don't know if any of them showed up or not, but you know, I think there's a lot of potential for our relationship to just continue to grow. We see the world through different lenses, which, you know, gives us different perspectives on things, but that's what makes it interesting and fun.
Yeah, and honey,
definitely.
the drama, Nicole, I'm just going to tell you.
Oh, I bet. I'm so excited to see it.
Let me just say this. We all know how competitive the beauty business is. We all know how competitive the salon down the corner. We all know that how competitive the beauty business is, and this is no different. You're going to tune in, and you're going to see laughter. You're going to see crying. You're going to see me cussing somebody out. You're going to see you're going to see a lot of things that are going to happen through this 8-episode docuseries. And what I love about it is the opportunity of really being able to be amongst my peers. We have a really great Salon team that are all independent. We're kind of, I would say, the future of the salon business, because everyone that works at Starring by Ted Gibson is independent. They do photo shoots. They work with celebrities. The salon is open 24/7. They can bring a client in at 3 o'clock in the morning. So the salon is open 24/7, and that's what's great. Oh, Kate wrote fake Gucci bitch. Yes. And we know her well, and you'll have to tune in to find out what fake Gucci bitch is, but you will.
Yes, and I have seen some people asking where can they see the show. Is it still only out in the UK on Paramount
we're dying.
Plus?
Like every week we get an email from the production company saying we'll know something soon, and then the week goes by and we haven't heard anything yet. But we do know that it's a huge priority for the production company to sell the show worldwide. So they're looking for the best partner that they can find. They did tell us that they've had offers from every major U.S. streaming platform. So that's really exciting. It's just they're just negotiating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're just negotiating which one they're going to go with. So hopefully any day now we'll be able to make an announcement about where we're going to see it streaming in the U.S.
That is very, very exciting. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
It's so exciting.
So, was one or two experiences that maybe you didn't expect to have while filming the show?
I didn't expect to start crying at a party and then not be able to stop crying for 2 days.
I know. Oh, wow. Which party was that?
That was a party. You'll see that in episodes 3 and 4. And now anytime I'm watching reality TV and I see someone in the interview room crying and saying, I don't know why I'm crying, I'm like, I know why.
Yeah, you get it. What about you?
Well, you know, can you ask the question again? Because there's so many things in my head right now.
Yeah, absolutely. What was an experience that you didn't really expect to have while filming?
Well, you know, like Jason said earlier, you know, we have been around some kind of reality for a decade or a little bit more. Jason, I always say, was the 7th housewife on the DC Housewives, the Housewives of DC, that only had one season, but he was the one stirring the pot just about every single episode.
Oh yeah.
It probably would have lasted longer had, you know, the Salahis hadn't broken into the White House. If any of you remember that old episode. And we broke into the Congressional Black Caucus when President Obama was speaking. Like, girl, there's so much. Anyway, so the thing that I can say that I didn't really know that I was going to be, I didn't know how far people would take talking about each other and gossiping and telling lies. I didn't realize that people would go to that extent. But you know, people, I guess, are only coming from their own truths. I'm throwing an olive branch. You know, people are only coming from their own truths. So I guess I could say that, but let me just tell you something, honey. I never forget.
Exactly. Nor should you.
Forget.
Yeah. You can forgive, but
That's
you
right,
will not forget. That's a good policy to live by in life.
I know there's one episode, one part where, you know, I say that I am Mrs. Gibson's son, and I don't play with other people's children. And let me just tell you something.
That one's in the trailer. Yeah, I love that.
If you knew my mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love that one. So what kind of feedback have you been getting from viewers? Have you heard anything from people who have been watching the show?
I think we're celebrities in the UK. we're getting we're getting a lot of followers on Instagram and a lot of really great comments. I actually have a client of mine, an English woman who was my client in New York City, and then has since moved to the UK, and she was homesick and just scrolling through and was like, hey, wait, I know those guys. And so she's someone who's like a friend that absolutely loved it and was obsessed with it. So that was some good feedback to get.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
especially from someone
my followers have increased on Instagram and Twitter, which I really, really, really love. If you're not following me, follow me at Ted Gibson. You can follow me at Ted Gibson on TikTok as well. I'm not as active on TikTok. Oh, Molly, thank you, Molly. Molly said, we love you here in the UK. Thank you. Thank you, Fatima. Yeah, so it's growing, and we're just waiting for that moment when they say that it's going to air, the air date in the US, because you guys, you're going to love it. There's nothing like it on television. You get to see some celebrity, you get to see some hair and beauty, you get to see some fashion. You also get to see our nonprofit, which we gave $23,000 to would-be beauty entrepreneurs. If you're interested in applying, we're going to be having another grant, a gift coming out this spring. So if you go to WorthUpAlliance.org, you'll be able to find more about that soon. Yeah, it's just all around phenomenal experience.
That's amazing. I love hearing that. I love hearing about the success of the show.
And one of the things that
For the one episode.
One of the things that I really love about the way they edited the show is that I don't think anyone in our hairdressing community will look at the show and think that we're portrayed in a negative light. Like, we're not, like, a lot of times when hairdressers are on TV, it's like the dumb hairdresser snapping their gum and, you know, being kind of tacky. And I think Kim's team and our team, our salons, all look really beautiful. The work that we're doing looks really beautiful. The drama comes from the interpersonal relationships. You know, it's not because of what kind of hair we're doing or any of that sort of stuff. So I think that the production company did a really good job of making us look professional and like experts in our industry.
Which was really important for us.
And that's another reason I think it kind of justifies the $2,400 haircut. You kind of see the experience happening. That's amazing. So do you think your show will inspire more hairdressers to kind of want to build that luxury clientele and to start charging more for their services?
I hope so. I mean, I think that we're at a really interesting time in our industry where more and more of us are becoming independent, whether we're renting chairs or salon suites or doing house calls. And I think it's a great moment for us to really think about how we can take those experiences, whether we're in a commission-based salon or whether we're independent, and really finesse the details of the experience. You know, especially if we're going into somebody's home or that really intimate one-on-one kind of experience, about making sure that we are providing something that's special, that's unique. That goes down to the tools that we use, to the applications that we do, to the sectioning, to all of those little elements where the client at the end of the day doesn't know why it's better. They just know that it's better. And it's because we have perfect sectioning. It's because we're using professional tools. It's because we look the part when we show up, you know? And when all of those things are in place, not only do we get busier, but we can charge more. Thanks, Eddie.
Bravo, Jason. Bravo. You know, and to add to what Jason is saying, you know, that's the thing that we always want. We want more. We want to charge more. And the things that are necessary for that to happen are really understanding who your client is, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. Because I think that a lot of people say, so Ted, what has been your succeed? You know, your key to your success. I believe that every single moment of my career and every single moment of life, I've always kind of known exactly what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. So that's the key. not floundering, waiting
Yes.
for something to happen. It's really making the actions in order for that to happen. And I think that's really, really, really important. And I think that what people will get from the show, especially, are those things. The things about being inspired, the things that, of course, you know, a television show has to have drama. It's going to have the drama, and we did not skimp on the drama. Trust me. you want to tune into
that's one of the parts I'm so excited to
But
see.
you also want to see the beautiful haircuts that I do, and the beautiful haircuts that the team does. We have Laura, we have Coco, we have Johnny, we have Robbie, we have Robin on our team, who are stellar haircutters and hair colorists, and we're diverse, black, white. I can't wait to hire the next Asian hot girl that's running around here in Beverly Hills and in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it's really important. The diversity was really, really important for us. And knowing that people are incredible. So I'm very, very, very fortunate.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. And Salon today, our sister publication, commented that Jason is in your gorgeous salon, which is one of their salons of the year.
Thank you.
So that's very exciting.
Thank
congratulations,
you so much.
Guys.
Yeah. So last question. We're going to wrap this live up. What is next for you guys?
Season 2!
Yeah.
Season 2 would be amazing. Yes.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that email.
I can tell you guys. Yeah, I can tell you guys.
We did.
Had fun filming the show.
It was a great experience.
I'm so glad. Yeah, great. Well, this was amazing to talk to you guys. You said you're grateful for the opportunity, but I love you guys.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you wanted to sit down with me and have this
chat.
We've
been fans of Modern Salon since the beginning of our careers. You know, we've always loved what you guys do for our industry. So anytime we can be a part and like support each other like this, we're always down. So thank you for the invitation.
Yes, and I've had many covers of Modern Salon that I'm really grateful for with legendary Maggie Mulholland. So I'm glad that I had those experiences. And I can tell you that to be honest, Modern Salon is the chosen publication that we made any announcement in the U.S. about the show. So thank you very, very, very much, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ted and Jason. That's awesome. We love being your chosen publication, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
We appreciate it so much.
Thank you. You
love you guys
too.
And this will be on our grid as well.
Is that a heart?
Video.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's a great heart.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you.